It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Denver, where we'll see the Nuggets going up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, this is a team that is reeling a bit. Hoping to start the year strong, they've had trouble communicating on both ends of the floor. Very little cohesion. They're hoping to pull things together tonight to try and turn the tide. And tonight we're going to see Isaiah Thomas, one of only a handful of players his size to make multiple all-star appearances. Kenny, among players under 6 feet in height, is he the best ever?
Oh, I don't know if he's the best ever.
That's the question I asked you, though.
Because you think about Tiny Archibald. Think about Tiny Archibald.
Yeah.
Led the league in scoring and assists in the same year. Think about Calvin Murphy. Great rocket. You know, part of his production, but I think longevity-wise, we'd have to see over a longer term.
You know what happened once when I was a teenager?
What's
I went to a game in Atlanta when Tiny was playing, and they let people in free if they were under Tiny's height.
Oh,
and they had one of those things right there so you could measure yourself.
Oh, that would be cool.
But I was a little too tall.
You were too tall, so you had to pay double.
I had to pay, yeah. But I remember being there. Shaq, do you have any entertaining stories about small people?
No, I do not. Anyway, he's one of the guys who inspires others. You know, it's really amazing to watch his growth from a role player to star.
Oh, I thought you meant his growth as from a little guy to a very little guy.
No, he's still short.
Okay.
But that's nothing against short people.
Nothing at all.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
From Denver, it's the home of the Nuggets. We're broadcasting from the Pepsi Center. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. This is the first game back in Denver for the Nuggets. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
And it's in your DNA. You come up against a natural rival, you're going to be a little bit salty.
And that's what makes it fun. You love seeing these two teams go head-to-head. They're going all out.
So the Nuggets win the tip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Utah, Mitchell and Ingles are out on the wing. Favors and Gobert, the tough pair inside. And it's Rubio in at the one. Harris against Mitchell. Rubio outside. Ingles in the corner. Nice ball movement by Utah. Gobert finds Ingles. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Ingles, one of the bigger stars on the Australian national team.
He's a virtual unknown when he enters the NBA, but a credit to Joe Ingles because he's a knockdown three-point shooter who now can manipulate pick and rolls. This guy is becoming a factor in the NBA.
The first one falls.
I love the way Joe Ingles, guys, affects winning in multiple ways. This is a guy who does so many little things. He can facilitate the offense. He understands how to play pick and roll, and we know he can make the long-distance shot with great regularity.
And so he hits both. And Doris Ingles, a player who does so many things well, and the coaching staff loves him.
I don't know how you couldn't love Joe Ingles because he's a terrific passer, an excellent defender, one of the better shooters from range, and he keeps teams honest. What a player this guy is.
Jokic with the steal. Murray with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Murray against Rubio, and it's Murray that time on the assist by Jokic.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets. A high percentage shooter down low.
Now here's Rubio. A 14-point game for him in the win against Memphis.
And don't let his defensive work get passed over. With all his steals, he was just as valuable on D as he was at the other end.
Shot clock at 2. Puts one up from 19. Hits the front of the rim and out. Nuggets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Porter kicks to Harris. In the corner, Murray with it. Stolen by Rubio. And now Utah, fast break for the finish. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Boy, terrific hands in anticipation. Rubio kick-starts the break.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Mike Malone.
Well, Kevin, I asked him what the strategy was offensively, and he said, look, we want to avoid having to take so many outside shots. They want to exploit what he described as a mismatch inside. He said, we have the talent down low to make things very difficult on those guys, and we're going to use it. Evan?
Thank you, David. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Porter looking it over. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. And here's Ingles outside. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Murray outside. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Pass to Porter. Here's Harris. Ingles covering. Shot clock at 3. Launches it. Denver keeps it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Porter kicks to Jokic. Harris outside. Over Gobert. And another miss by Denver. Utah comes into this one after the win against Memphis. Porter against Mitchell. The pass to Rubio. Here's Gobert. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Outside Porter. Out to Harris. Millsap in the corner. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Millsap's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Rubio against Murray. Pass to Ingles. Now here's Favors. Back to Ingles. Millsap with the steal. On the wing, Porter. Covered by Rubio. Poked away. Stolen by Rubio. Here's Mitchell. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Paul Millsap picks one up.
When he's determined to finish, Donovan Mitchell is so good powering through whatever the defense puts in his path.
For a couple teams that had high hopes coming out of the gate. Frustration starting to build, and you can even sense it with the fans. They're getting a little bit nervous here.
And this is the critical stage where when you've gotten out of the gate slowly, it's your leadership that has to step up. They've got to have a strong voice in the locker room, not overreact to mounting frustrations, and just calm the nerves of the young players. It's important to keep your unity in tough times.
What do the coaches always say? Don't let go of the rope. Everybody's got to pull in the right direction, same direction. Don't let go of the rope.
Great point, Kev.
Porter against Ingles. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. Tipped away, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. To the inside, Ingles. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Ingles has got 6.
This is where Joe Ingles is gifted at realizing when he should go up with it. Really good timing on that shot.
Harris finds Porter. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Murray, no good. Utah leading. Passes it to Rubio. Lobs it up for Favors, and then Favors with the dunk.
Favors flying high on alley-oops. My goodness, how about the ups on that guy?
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Now here's Murray. Coming off a solid outing against Cleveland. Harris against Mitchell. 13 feet away. Harris misses.
You know, they're trying to battle back, but he's missing shots this period.
Here's Ingles. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Now here's Murray. The kick out to Porter. Jokic high post. Clock at 6. 13 feet away. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And because of his size, that's a difficult shot to contest.
Almost unguardable, you could say, Greg. Skilled at holding the ball so high, defenders can't get to it.
Now here's Gobert. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Favors can't get it to go.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Harris outside. Porter passes to Murray. Now here's Jokic. Covered by Rubio. Jokic, no good.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
Nuggets trail. Murray right side. In the corner, it's Harris. Sinks the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
And Nikola Jokic came late to the game. He actually grew up horse racing. Finally started playing organized hoops at the age of 16. You never know it, though one of the most skilled big men the league has to offer.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Millsap. Trey Lyles comes in for Porter. Will Barton, he's checked in for Gary Harris. And Isaiah Thomas subbed in for Jamal Murray. Now, here's Exum. Here's Crowder, and it's sent back by Plumlee. Thomas surveying the D. Puts up a three, and again Denver with the triple. And Jokic, Greg, said he was a fat point guard until he got taller.
Well, even now, Kevin, Jokic, not the most chiseled physique, but the point guard background makes sense. His playmaking for a center is off the charts.
And here is O'Neal after Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. And yes, it's good.
Yeah, great execution there. The turnaround, such a difficult shot to defend.
Out to the right wing. Barton against Burks. Outside for Thomas. But they recover it. Denver gets it back. Barton finds Jokic. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Udo, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
For Utah, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. A free throw off from Udo.
You know, when you're the Utah Jazz, you've got to look at the trades that have been made the last couple of seasons. Ricky Rubio and Jay Crowder both fit stylistically into both the offensive and defensive schemes. Both of these players provided major minutes for this ball club.
Now here's Plumlee. He's still scoreless so far in this one. O'Neal against Thomas. And Barton gets it to go on the assist by Thomas. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And doors for the Jazz in their trades. They've had a streak of coming out on top.
Well, to me, the front office deserves probably more praise than they've gotten. Not only for finding players in the draft, but also identifying players who are probably undervalued and who fit into the system that they're trying to play. It's what has kept a smaller market team like the Utah Jazz competitive for so long.
And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Nuggets. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever easy playing on the road, obviously. But that night, they were really in rhythm, shot the ball with such ease and confidence.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Utah with the ball. The Jazz have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Burks, and he dunks it down.
Well, how about the outstanding vision from the crafty point guard, Dante Exum, seeing the floor beautifully. There's
1:17 left to play here in the first. Plumlee, no luck.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
And there's the foul. It's on Trey Lyles. That's his first foul. .107 left to play in the first. Burks' shot is good. Burks has got his second basket of the game.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Martin with it, and Burks picks him up defensively. And Plumlee kicks to Barton. And he's good on the three ball. Barton's got 5 now.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Exum with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Shot clock at 6. Udo, the pass to Exum. Over Thomas. Off the left rim and out.
Now, kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. I'm not sure how he missed that one.
Exum with a wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark. They push it up. 4 on 3. Outside Thomas. Wants to get it to Barton and does. And Barton throws it down.
Well, you can see increasingly that Isaiah Thomas is the maestro running the offense. So adept at reading the defense and finding the open teammate.
Denver shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Denver on top. They're up by 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. The 5'9" Isaiah Thomas has made a career out of proving his doubters wrong.
Ever since I was a little boy, they always said, you're not going to be this good in high school. Then when I got to high school and played pretty well, they said, well, you're not going to do that good in college. And when I got to college, they said, well, the NBA, those guys are too big. They're too fast, too strong. The things you do in college won't work in the NBA. And I've just kept pushing ever since. I have a goal of mine, I want to be one of the best little guys to ever play the game.
Well, no question about it, Greg. Isaiah Thomas still plays with something to prove.
Definitely what drives him. I mean, hungry to show that he's a top player regardless of size.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, you love the determination. It seems like every rebound is theirs for the taking. They are overwhelming the opposition.
Thomas and Barton are their backcourt. Lyles out there with Plumlee, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Here's Thomas. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide open shots.
Hernan Gomez. And the rejection by Udo. Here's O'Neal. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Udo. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Thomas finds Barton. Back to Thomas. Down low. And they get it. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Udo picks one up. The 6'11" Mason Plumlee out of Duke, Greg. He's got a live body.
Very athletic, Kevin. His mobility enables him to defend smaller players on the perimeter. Offensively, he is a threat to finish at the rim.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Plumlee. Doors are seeing a lot of movement on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of screening, a lot of movement, obviously, without the ball. Does that require more awareness, not only on the offensive side to make those moves, but also defensively?
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. One of the most important things you can do if you're an excellent defensive team is you start with communication. So as that action starts, the movement and the screening, are the teammates talking? Screen coming right, screen coming left. Do we want to trap the screen? Do we want to make sure the ball gets out of a certain player's hands? Communication in this day and age against motion offenses has got to be at the top of the list defensively.
Well said. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, as we know, Rudy Gobert is a 7-footer with an aggressive mentality. He said some guys don't have pride, but I do. Sometimes too much. Quinn Snyder said he gets angry, which I like. Whatever kind of stereotypes Americans have about the French, they don't apply. Not to him anyway, guys.
Sacre bleu. Thank you, GA. He is indeed a fiery competitor. The Jazz shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he knocks down the first one.
You know, the Australian Dante Exum, to me, Kev, has an enviable skill set. He's 6'6", and he has the potential to be special at the point guard.
Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Royce O'Neal. Exum hits them both. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. The Nuggets trail by 5. Thomas kicks to Barton. Pass to Thomas. Barton outside. Just 5 on the clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Boston Celtics. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
That free throw good from Barton. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Exum. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Mitchell got a piece of it. Crowder, the pass to Mitchell. And Gobert kicks to Burks. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Udo. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Well, Burks showing he's more than just a scorer. Terrific pass to his teammate.
Thomas against Mitchell. Thomas, that's good.
Leave him open from mid-range like that, and there's not much doubt he'll knock it down. Come on, guys, you got to think.
The pass to Udo. Mitchell outside. Gobert in the corner. Mitchell against Thomas. Baseline J on the way. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
Good on the triple. Jordan Gomez has got his first 3 points of the game.
I tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
Now, here's Mitchell. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Memphis.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
And that's true. The officials used to be pretty lenient on those, but not anymore.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Derek Favors checked in for the Jazz. Ricky Rubio comes in for Burks. Jokic against Gobert. Gobert with the block.
And the remarkable reach of the stifle tower. Gobert twice on the pipes.
Mitchell wide open. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 4th assist in this one. Murray kicks to Jokic. The fader. Utah with the rebound. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Jokic. On the wing, Harris. He dishes it to Millsap. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Utah leading by 4. Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 8. He kicks it to Favors. 3-pointer. And no good that time. Some solid defense from Harris.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Doris last year, a bit of a bounce-back season for Favors. Got back to doing what he does best.
No, exactly. I mean, Derek Favors probably underrated defensively. This guy eats up a ton of space, will bother a lot of shots. He can contribute even when his offense isn't there.
And the first one drops. Doris, so many great open floor players in this game. Who would be the scariest player coming at you on the fast break?
Kevin, I can't limit this to just one. Are you kidding me? How would you like to have LeBron James bearing down on you at 6'8", 250-plus pounds? Or the length of Giannis Antetokounmpo, who can cover from one end of the floor and the other in 4 or 5 strides? How about if Russell Westbrook's meeting me at the cup and he can dunk on my head? Or the young, talented Donovan Mitchell? I don't want any part of any one of those guys.
What great names, and you're right. Runaway freight trains, each of them. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Back to Murray, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Here's Ingles. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Ingles has got his 3rd basket of the night.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Mitchell. They get it again. Rubio. Mitchell outside. 6 to shoot. Gobert against Jokic. Gobert can't hit.
And a nice job of utilizing his body to get around the defender, but that's just a tough one to knock down consistently.
And Derek Favors with the slam.
Boy, that's the vision and ability to deliver precise passes. Rubio completely on point.
Murray kicks to Harris. Back to Murray. A shot. And that one hits back iron. Utah leading by 9. Here's Gobert. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. This is their first chance to take a look at the Jazz this season.
2 division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season. And checking out the stats for Jokic. Coming off a terrific season, 9th in rebounding, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And here are the Nuggets now. They trail by 11. Here's Murray. Lays it up off the glass. Murray's got 6.
You got to feel comfortable when Murray is working the pick and roll. His shooting, speed, and passing all are next level.
Now, here's Rubio. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Gobert. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Murray right side. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Utah. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Mitchell, and it's sent back by Jokic.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
Now here's Porter. He had 13 points in the win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Shot clock at 5. Rubio against Murray. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Nuggets. Jazz leading by 9.
Watch for Rubio.
Rubio looking around. Ingles kicks to Gobert. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Absolute power from Rudy Gobert. Terrific, out-muscling the defense.
Well, Rudy Gobert has taken on more of a leadership role with this team. Clearly a difference maker on the court with his defense, and will get the team to fall in line. Hard to argue with one of the elite rim protectors in our league.
On the free throw, no good. And with Gobert, he does so much as a defender with his impact, Greg, in the paint.
Yeah, and Gobert does so much in terms of cleaning up his teammates' mistakes while they're defending out there on the perimeter. It allows his teammates to be more aggressive on D, knowing he's going to be that last line of defense. And Gobert won't let them get too comfortable, as he is one of the more vocal players in terms of shaping their D.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Harris finds Millsap. Murray with it. Back to Porter. Passes it to Millsap. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. 5th, Jamal Murray.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
6 on the shot clock. From deep. And the call up against Jokic. That's foul number 2 for him.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Thomas checked in for Murray. Utah also making some changes. O'Neal comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Exum passes to Mitchell. Rejected by Harris. Pass to Jokic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Two shots.
Free throw, good. Jokic. And the Nuggets with some changes. Trey Lyles comes in for Porter. And it's Will Barton in for Harris. And Utah with a change here, too. Alec Burks checked in for Donovan Mitchell. He's perfect from the line this time.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Exum kicks to Gobert. Back to Exum. And there's the pass to Ingles. Nice ball movement by Utah. O'Neal with it. Barton defending. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
For Utah, they have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9. And Utah making a change here. Udo's checked in. That's good from O'Neal. There's 1:54 left in the first half of basketball. To the middle. Here's Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Exum. He has 7. Pass to Udo. 1:27 left here in the second. Back to Exum. 6 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here.
Well, obviously, Rudy Gobert sets himself apart on the defensive end. I once had a coach tell me Rudy Gobert is a defense unto himself. The shot blocking, the shot altering, and one of the best rebounders in the game.
A different look for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. And it's Juan Hernangomez in for Paul Millsap. And Gobert drops them both. Indoors with Gobert in his defense. It goes beyond the shot block.
Oh, my goodness, Kevin, way beyond the shot blocking. That reach bothers enough shots that even when he doesn't block it, he's a problem.
Now, here is Hernangomez. Pass to Thomas. Stolen by Exum. Out to the wing. Wide open look. They get a hand on it.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
For Denver, they have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. That one is no good. And so Gobert will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And yes, it's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Thomas kicks to Lyles. 35 seconds left in the first half. Outside Thomas. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Thomas got 7 points.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Now, here's Exum. 7 points in the game. And Gobert kicks to Exum. Pass to Udo. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Lyles. Will not go. This is off the front iron. From deep three-point range, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Utah Jazz. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, we're trying to defend, and we've been a little bit fortunate too. They've missed some shots, but more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
They did an awesome-erific job. That's right, Ernie, awesome-erific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-erific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. It puts you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. As long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Denver?
Well, they just didn't produce enough offense. I don't know if it's because they were expending so much energy on the defensive end, but clearly they have to take a look at this. What plays are we calling, and how can we improve that? And they have to do it fast, because if they don't, this game is going to run away from them.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
The Denver skyline looking absolutely gorgeous tonight as we return to the Mile High City. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
And it's mattered not, Greg, whether he's been spotting up or creating for himself. He was unstoppable, and you hope it carries over to the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Ingles outside with Favors at power forward. Rubio teams up with Mitchell in the backcourt. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for so long, it seems Derek Favors had played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D. Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so.
Well, I think, Kevin, most people would say Derek Favors a throwback big man, right? The guy wants to be effective at posting up, but he can shoot the face-up jump shot as well.
And the second free throw, good. The Nuggets trail by 12. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We expect guys to put the team in front of themselves and support each other. Our strength isn't in one guy. We need each other." Kevin?
Well, David, one thing for sure, they come to play almost every game. Thank you.
Well, this is problematic because Donovan Mitchell can hurt you any number of ways. Driving, spotting up, you name it, he's got it.
Murray against Rubio to the inside. Here's Jokic. Right through the D for the layup. Jokic has got 10.
Boy, this guy's a rock. You know, this is a player that you can count on to produce under any circumstance.
Murray against Rubio. Kicks it to Mitchell. Favors at the elbow. Clock at 6. And here's Ingles outside. And it's Denver with the rebound. Millsap's got 6 rebounds in the game. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. That'll put Joe Ingles on the line. It's going to be on Jokic. And Paul Millsap, a 4-time All-Star in Atlanta. Greg, as we know, he missed most of last season after left wrist surgery.
A big loss after just signing that mega contract with the Nuggets. I mean, he's a lot older than most of their core, but a great fit in their front court and obviously one heck of a player.
What you love about Joe Ingles is he's going to give you a little bit of everything. He can score it, he can pass it, he can board it, and he can guard. Whatever you need, he's going to bring it.
Now here is Harris. He has 5. It's Porter outside. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Porter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Utah leading by 12. Ball's knocked loose. Mitchell outside. And Rubio kicks to Mitchell. He feeds it to Ingles. Here's Favors, and it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap, for his size, a pretty good rim protector. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Jokic on top. That one doesn't drop, so Utah will take it the other way. And Rubio kicks to Ingles inside. That one no good. Good work defensively by Millsap. Here's Harris. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
And Gary Harris, a 6'4" shooting guard out of Michigan State. On paper, you might call him undersized, but with his strength and toughness, he's got it covered.
That's good from Harris. And if you're making a list of the best young shooting guards in the league, Greg, I got to think that Gary Harris is on that list.
Absolutely. A two-way player, defends his tail off, and offensively, he can score at all 3 levels.
Jazz leading by 12. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Gobert. Good defense by Jokic.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Jay Crowder's checked in for Utah. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
And let's see some numbers here on Jamal Murray. Good season for him last year. He was around 16 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Here's Jokic, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Jokic kicks to Porter. Outside for Millsap. On the wing, Harris. Covered by Mitchell. Harris misses. And so Gobert will bring it up for Utah. They lead by 14. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Crowder. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Right side Crowder. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Kevin, make no mistake, Jay Crowder has a craftiness that allows him to pick up fouls on his way to the cup.
You know, Doris, many thought Jay Crowder might end up to be the steal of the Irving Thomas trade, but he had a rough start in Cleveland, as you saw.
Well, sometimes, Kevin, the fit isn't just right, but it's amazing he goes to Utah, and all of the toughness and the defensive abilities are exactly what the Jazz are looking for. So sometimes it's just about fit.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Crowder.
Well, Jay Crowder, a versatile forward to me who fits in so well with this team. He can hit threes. He can match up well on the defensive end. This is a player who has a bigger impact than his stats might indicate.
Plumlee is checked in for Denver. And both free throws good from Crowder. You know, with Crowder, it's his physicality, Doris, that establishes his presence on the floor.
Right. He is able to match up with rugged offensive players. This guy is strong enough to guard multiple positions, and even if his shot isn't falling, he can make an impact on the floor.
Now here's Murray. 6 points for him. Near the three-point line, it's Porter. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Porter's got 5 points in the quarter.
And shots like this are why people are just so high on Porter. Has such a quick release on that jumper.
Favors against Millsap. Right side Favors. And Rubio gets it to go on the assist from Favors. And the Jazz lead by 16. Harris outside. He kicks to Porter. Over Rubio. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Utah leading by 16. Here's Favors. And Derek Favors with the slam.
Well, to me, it's critical that Mitchell continue to focus on hitting the guys who are open. We know he can score the ball.
Harris against Mitchell. Harris dishes to Murray. The pass to Millsap. Murray against Rubio. In the corner, it's Plumlee. Shot clock at 6. Here's Murray. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got 9 rebounds now tonight. That one off the back iron and out.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Harris against Mitchell. Pass to Gobert. Back to Mitchell. Rubio outside. Over Murray. It's deflected. Harris outside. Back to Murray. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
how about the strength of Murray finishing the shot off easily, even with the harm? And with the playmaking in Denver's front court, point guard Jamal Murray is free to hunt his shot. Very comfortable playing off the ball.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Lyles checked in for Porter, and Thomas subbed in for Gary Harris. Utah also making some changes. Udo's checked in for Gobert, and Alec Burks subbed in for Derek Favors.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Free throw good, Murray. And you look at Jamal Murray's assist numbers, he's more like a two-guard.
Well, he's kind of a combo, 6'4", 6'5"-ish, but you can't have enough shooting, and he's got a quick trigger.
Now here's Crowder. Count that one. Rubio's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Denver calls timeout.
And Ricky Rubio might be one of the most unselfish players in the league. Not only for his passing and how much he enjoys piling up assists, but how he does a great job adjusting to what the team needs him to do and not worrying about his own game.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Barton is checked in. Utah also making some changes. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Dante Exum in for Ricky Rubio. Barton finds Thomas. Millsap down low, guarded by O'Neal, and it's sent back by O'Neal. In transition, here come the Jazz. Shoots a three, and Exum gets it to go on the assist from Crowder. Crowder's got his third assist on the night. The Nuggets trail by 17. And for Rubio, who has been in the eye of the media for so long, Brady's always been unselfish. We've always seen that in his style of play.
You're right, Kevin. You've always been able to see that with Rubio's game. Great at making quick reads, seeing passes before they develop. I mean, he can see who's open and who's going to be open before he even catches a pass.
And a look here at the shot chart for Harris.
And the story of the game for him has really been painful. I mean, he's tried to get things going, but for whatever reason, between the defense and just his rhythm tonight, the touch just hasn't been there.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
Now Exum, he's got 10. Crowder, the pass to O'Neal. Knocks it loose.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Thomas. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Isaiah Thomas met with a lot of teams in free agency before deciding on the Nuggets, and it just wasn't a great market for IT after coming off such a rough season. Had to settle for a short-term deal to show he could still be an impact player.
That free throw good from Isaiah Thomas.
And it's been a tough past season and a half for Isaiah Thomas. traded from Boston to Cleveland and then once again traded to the Lakers. Rare to see a guy get traded twice in a season following an MVP caliber performance like he had back in 2017.
And both free throws good for Thomas. And it takes a certain team for Thomas to fit in with well. Wasn't the case, though, with the Cavs.
Yeah, Thomas is a point guard, not a pass guard. He's a guy that's going to look to score more than anything else. And it didn't quite work with the Cavs, but you put him in an up-tempo offense, that young man can flourish. Still young enough and is with a team more suited, I think, for his skills now. I bet he has a big bounce-back year.
Here's Hernan Gomez after the made shot from Jay Crowder. Wiles against Crowder. Wiles no good. Utah leading by 14. The feed to Crowder. Out to the right wing. Here's Exum, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Isaiah Thomas.
I like that Dante Exum didn't back away from the contact. If there's a physicality he can come with, look out.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year. So just solid at the line.
2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
Exum hits them both.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
And Thomas has it in the corner. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, you have to stay attached to Isaiah Thomas because in catch-and-shoot situations, this guy is ready to fire.
Exum with it. Now Thomas defending. Plumlee against Crowder. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Looking for Crowder. He gets it there. And he uses the glass on the layup. Crowder's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Thomas against O'Neal. And the rejection by Udoh. And oh, here we go. Burke's got it. The fast break chance. The shot by Udoh, no good. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 16-point game. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
Boy, you can't pin their struggles today on him. He's been on fire from the field.
Utah calls timeout.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, I like to see them mix it up a little bit. You've got to keep the opposition off balance.
Jokic has checked in for Denver. Millsap comes in for Hernan Gomez. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Utah. Ricky Rubio comes in for Dante Exum. And the call up against Jokic. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Now we'll go to the line for 2.
And probably coming out of the game anyway. I think we're officially into garbage time.
Porter's checked in for Denver.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And you can't help but notice that Ricky Rubio has grown as a player.
Well, he talked a little bit about losing his mom recently, and he was very close to her, and he said it changed his priorities and perspective on life, and that balance has translated to more effectiveness on the court.
Here's Thomas. 16 points for him. Barton outside. Millsap kicks to Thomas. Offensive rebound. Porter. It's stolen by Ingles. And now Utah, fast break. Burks on the wing. Barton defending. Pass to Ingles. Back to Burks. Lets the three fly. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
Thomas, good.
Well, let's remember, this guy can score in bunches, and apparently Isaiah Thomas has decided it's necessary.
And Rubio kicks to Crowder. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. And Greg, with Michael Porter combining the length, athleticism, and scoring ability, he's a rare prospect.
I mean, in high school, he was the #1 prospect on a lot of people's lists. Had the back injury in his only year of college, but everyone knew what he could do when given the chance.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good.
And they're doing a very good job at the line this half.
And he makes both free throws.
And Kevin, let's not forget, Jay Crowder is a former second-round draft pick. This guy has made his bones in the NBA by adding toughness to every team he's played on.
Thomas, no luck. Jazz leading by 16. Here's Ingles. The shot misses. Nice D from Porter. Denver's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Here's Rubio. Here's Crowder. Kicks it out to Rubio. Another miss by Utah.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. And a wide open look for Porter. But they get it back. And the rejection by Udo. Ingles against Porter. Lobs it up for Crowder. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ingles.
Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
7 seconds left to play here in the third. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Misses.
Well, nice defense by Rubio, making an effort to frustrate his man.
And so it's the Utah Jazz with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Back right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, GA, you know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. The Nuggets trail by 16. Thomas and Barton are their backcourt. Lyles out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Porter in at the small forward position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And Rubio kicks to Crowder. To the inside, Ingles. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Porter.
Well, this is a crafty veteran. Joe Ingles superb at selling that shot fake and getting guys off their feet.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Gary Harris is checked in for Will Barton. And Utah with a change here, too. Gobert's checked in. Good on both. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. They trail by 16. To the left wing. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. Off the inbound. Here's Wiles.
What aggressive defense from the lengthy Rudy Gobert. This guy covers so much territory.
And the basket by Ingles. Ingles has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
There's Thomas with the three, but they'll get another chance. And here's Harris from the arc. Drills the three-pointer.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
And Rubio kicks to Udo. That shot misses. Good work defensively by Millsap. The Nuggets trail by 15. Here's Porter. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
A pure shooter who's also efficient. Porter nearly automatic from mid-range.
Udo with the ball. Millsap on him. Good work there as it goes. And the Jazz lead by 15.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Now, here's Thomas. To the paint. Gobert with the block. Pass to Ingles. Down low. Millsap with the steal. Harris inside. Burks covering. Gobert with the block. And he gets it back. Thomas against Rubio. Another shot. Rebound, Utah. They led by as many as 18 points. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Burks can't get it to go.
Boy, too much traffic in the lane. Very difficult finish with the defense draped all over him.
Harris kicks to Porter. There's the pass to Millsap. Over Udo. And another miss by Denver. Utah leading by 15. Gobert finds Ingles. Trying to find Udo. He gets it to him. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Denver calls timeout. One of the stories here, Joe Ingles getting it done today.
Well, I think during this timeout, they've got to talk about ways to deny the basketball to him. That's the key, because when he gets it, chances are he's going to score.
Denver making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Utah also making some changes. Favors comes in for Udo. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Burks. Murray, the pass to Millsap. Kicks it to Porter. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Lyles no good.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
Rubio, the pass to Mitchell. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Pass to Millsap. Porter kicks to Murray. In the corner, it's Harris. Just 5 to shoot. And again, Denver no good.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it. And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
Here's Harris following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Harris finds Porter. Rubio against Murray. Shoots over Rubio, but they recover it.
Wow, just getting all the luck right now, it seems. Good bounce.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Here's Porter. Outside Millsap. Sinks the three-pointer.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second three of the game.
Utah leading by 18. Favors passes to Mitchell. He kicks it to Gobert. Rubio against Murray. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Now here's Murray. Harris looking it over. Over Favors, and the rejection by Favors.
I think you want to see more of this from Derek Favors. You love to see him be aggressive and try to send shots back.
They get it back. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Over Harris. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 20 points for Donovan Mitchell.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Millsap dishes to Harris. Wiles with it. Now defended by Gobert. Murray against Rubio. And here's Millsap from the arc. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. On the wing, Ingles. Passes it to Favors. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Millsap. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. Murray kicks to Millsap. Pass to Wiles. Harris outside. You always hear coaches preaching consistency. Doris, what enables that kind of night in, night out reliability?
Well, I think a lot goes into it, and you can start with pride, Kevin. If you're putting in the kind of preparation necessary, then you're going to take a certain amount of pride in the things you do on a night-by-night basis. Things aren't always going to go your way, but it's not how you end the night. It's how do you respond in the middle of the game when things are going against you. Calls haven't gone your way, or perhaps there's a bad matchup. What's your response? So a lot of things go into consistency, and it's why we take special pride covering players who pride themselves on being available.
And one of the most admired things you have, too, as well.
Correct. Michael Jordan loved to play every night.
And Michael Porter, he has the natural attributes of an elite scorer.
He's got incredibly deep range. You can see that all the way back in high school. Almost automatic from mid-range, and as he adds strength, he'll become a force inside as well.
Two shot.
Free throw good, Porter.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Udo's checked in for Derek Favors. He hits both from the stripe. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer, and it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. Here's Rubio. Michael Porter making his last shot. Udo, the pass to Gobert. Rubio outside. Dishes it to Ingles. Gobert trying to get open. Ingles can't get it to go.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Murray against Rubio. Millsap kicks to Murray. From downtown, Gobert pulls it in. Utah leading by 18. And Porter comes to help. Rubio finds Ingles. And the three ball is good. Ingles has got 10 points here in the second half.
So you've got to chase Joe Ingles off that three-point line, because he is lethal.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ricky Rubio.
As the ringleader of their offense, he has been on his game tonight, spreading the ball around, keeping everyone involved, making sure the offense never gets bogged down. He's just given them just what they needed at that point guard position.
He got an extra boost from the grief these fans were giving him here tonight. They were riding him hard all night, and he ate it up. Some guys just like being the villain, I guess. Now here's Murray. Shoots over Rubio. He hits it from 9. And it's 13 points for Jamal Murray. Utah's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And Rubio kicks to Udo. Mitchell passes to Gobert. It's tipped. Mitchell against Harris. Poked loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. On defense, Utah. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Mitchell dishes to Ingles. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, he started as a perimeter threat, but Joe Ingles outstanding at finding a way to the cup inside and forcing the issue.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Doris, for both charting game action and improving player health, the players now are being tracked by the player tracking devices or chips in their jersey during a game.
I love it, Kevin, because what it enables teams to do is measure the impact and the toll it can take on a player. For example, we now know that player X ran 5 miles on this particular night in this game action environment. And what that affords you is, okay, if you have a back-to-back situation, then you're going to be more careful with that player's minutes the next night. Or if it's an off day, Kevin, you can just say to that player, listen, unless we're doing a walkthrough, you're not involved. I want you off your feet and recovering. Anything that helps the competitive environment that these players are playing in, I'm all for it, Kev.
That was an excellent example. I like that. Rubio. Murray with the defensive effort. The Nuggets trail by 20. And there's the pass to Porter. Back to Murray. Over Rubio. And he overshot that one, missing. Utah's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Utah.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Ricky Rubio.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Udo. That's foul number 2 for him. Big group substitution here for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Lyles. Hernan Gomez comes in for Paul Millsap. Will Barton, he's checked in for Porter. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Gary Harris. Utah also making some changes. Jay Crowder's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Royce O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio.
Not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
Crowder feeling it out a bit. Mitchell kicks to Udo. 5 on the clock. To the paint. Here's Crowder, and it's sent back by Plumlee. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum. Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
You know, I think it's just staying in the defensive end. You know, sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it, and it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.